guys, my name is Ray and welcome back to my channel. So today I didn't really want to build another apartment, so I decided to go with like a more like suburban traditional style like family home. But this time I decided to do like it a little bit differently than how I normally build like my suburban houses. And I don't know how it turned out. Like I really do like this house, but I did end up going and like changing a lot of things throughout like the whole build process. But so like usually I do like 2-story houses, and this house like I was debating on whether or not to do like a 2-story house or not, but I don't really like using stairs because I never know where to put them in the build. Like I feel like I usually try and do like pretty like open concept builds, so I never really know where to put the stairs. And it's like a problem I have, so I decided to just like kind of bypass that whole process that I struggle with and do a 1-story house. And so since it was like a 1-story house, I wanted to like keep it to maybe like a couple, like a 2 Sims living here like together, or like maybe roommates or something. Because I don't know, usually if I picture like family homes, I picture like an upstairs and a downstairs, but you know, that I'm maybe a little biased just because, you know, my house is 2 stories. But I also used the medium, like I don't think I used it yet during the build, but I did end up like switching to it because I usually only stick with like the small wall height. I don't know if it's like normal or small, whatever, but like I usually only do like tall or medium if it's like already in an apartment or something, because like obviously you can't change apartments, so I usually just like stick with the default for that. But then for this house I wanted to do the medium because even though like I do like building a lot, and I talked about last video how I really like Strangerville, I haven't used the actual like new medium wall height like doors and windows yet, so I wanted to try those out, and I actually liked how it really looked like. I really liked how it turned out, so I don't know, I did really enjoy that. But yeah, I sorted through a lot of doors right now, but I ended up deleting all of them, so just trying to ignore that for now. But once we get to the interior, I did end up using like a lot of like brown tone, like tan tones, like kind of like a neutral like beige sort of like style, I guess. And usually I talked about in last video how I usually try and add like not too much color, but I usually try to use like a lot of color in my builds. But so this house I also kept it pretty neutral just because, you know. And if you do want to play in this house, it is on the gallery. I didn't mention it in my last video, but my gallery like origin ID or whatever, it's rayxsims. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in the description too, so you can find it there if you do want to play in this house. But yeah, I did struggle with the floor plan a lot of this house because I don't know why, but I'm awful at floor plans. Like I feel like I always end up like trying to like squeeze rooms in on like the corner and keep like the center open, but then I don't know what to put in the center. Like, so I did struggle a lot with that. So like, even though we're still on the exterior right now, but once we get to the inside, I had to like end up like going back and like redoing like a lot and like deleting a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty sure I edited most of that out of this video, but you know, I'm not perfect. I don't usually get things on the first try. It takes me a little bit of time. So yeah, even though I do kind of build a lot, I still mess up here and there and need to go back. Yeah, but so I did, like, again, I planned for like a couple to live here, so that's also why I had to go back on the floor plan, because I did end up putting like a kids/teens room in. It's not really like one or the other. Like you could like put whatever kid or teen or whatever you want in there. It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of like a neutral room that could work for anyone. So yeah, that's not really an issue, but it's just like another, I guess, spare room you could say, because it's not like a double bed or anything. It's just like a single bed for like one kid to live there, so you can pretty much do whatever you want with that. But yeah, so here's the floor plan again. I don't know, I hate floor plans. Like even like they're necessary for whatever house you're building, but for some reason I always seem to struggle. But I kind of have a method. I usually try and like plan out where the kitchen's gonna be, because like kind of for like the houses where I build, I usually try and keep like the kitchen, dining room, and family room like all kind of like not like connected, but like visible within the same room, you know? Because I don't know, I just kind of like that feeling, and maybe that kind of stems from like my own house, because like my house, it kind of like flows from the family room to like the to the kitchen, and then in our kitchen we have like a dining table, because I don't know, my family's kind of weird, because even though most of my siblings are at college now, when we were all living here, there was 5 kids, so we needed a big table for everyone to fit. And 5 kids, I mean, like, I have 2 step siblings, and then I have a brother, and I have a twin sister, actually. So, yeah, there's a lot of us here, and we also have 2 cats. So it's a pretty packed house when everyone's home. But I like having everyone here, it's really nice. But yeah, so I'm actually recording this voiceover on a Monday. I recorded the speed build on a different day, but I usually can never record on Mondays because obviously I'm a senior in high school, so I have school. But today I do not condone skipping school, but today is actually senior skip day. And usually I would not participate in this kind of activity, but I decided, since, you know, I kind of needed a mental health day and a day to just relax and stuff. And I did kind of have a self-care day, which was very nice. Even though I stayed up late last night with my friends playing games, which was very fun. I woke up semi-early, and I got like a shower, which is different, not different for me, because I usually am a night showerer, so I shower before I go to bed. But I showered when I woke up this morning, which was very refreshing, and I usually don't do that. So it was a little different for me, but I did enjoy it. I feel like it got me like awake and stuff, so that was fun. I don't think I will change my ways permanently, because there's no way I'm getting up early for school and showering before school, so I already get up at like 6 a.m. so but yeah, so I don't have school today, and I decided to not go today because, and don't do this. If you're in school, go to school. But I decided just to take a mental health day because in March, this is month of March if you're watching this when it comes out, but in March, my school, we have no days off, so they always call it the month of uninterrupted learning, which always makes me so mad because it's like rubbing it in our faces that we don't have any days off. And as a second semester senior who does not want to go to school ever and just wants to be graduated, I need days off. So, and I don't know, I wouldn't really be missing much today, since obviously everyone else is gonna be skipping, and my teachers won't really want to do anything if there's like 2 kids there. So, I mean, it's a good day as any to skip, because then I don't have to make up a lot of work. And also, my school has been kind of like crazy about senior skip day, because there's like, I don't know, I have to like go into a lot of detail for you to understand this. So basically, at my school, prom is a very big deal. Like, my school goes all out for prom, and it's like what everyone looks forward to, like their whole senior career, right? And this year, they usually, or previous years, right? Every year before this year, they usually have prom in like the end of May, and I graduate like early mid-June, right? So that's plenty of time before the school, and a lot of kids in my school decide after prom they're gonna take what's called prom week, which is basically everyone that goes to prom will just skip the next week of school, right? Which I wouldn't do, just because I don't want to skip a whole week of school right before finals, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I kind of want to do well on my finals so I can graduate. So for the school, in order to like stop everyone from doing this, they made prom like a week, I guess 2 weeks before graduation, so kids can't just take a week off, you know, because then it's like finals week, right? And, obviously you need to be there for finals if you want to graduate. So, that kind of forces a lot of kids to not do prom week, right? But so now, all the seniors in my grade are very mad about this because they wanted to do prom week. And so instead of doing that, they decided, instead of one senior skip day, which usually the school does not care about, they're fine with it. Like, the teachers just act like it's a grading day and just work on grading tests or whatever, right? So they decided, instead of having only one and then just not doing prom house, they decided that they're going to have multiple senior skip days and one each month until graduation, which I think is a little ridiculous because, I'm just doing this senior skip day because, they have kind of a method to when it is. So it's today was the 119th day of school, and since I'm the graduating class of 2019, the 19th, the 119th, that kind of makes sense, right? But the other days are just completely random. So why? I don't, what? So then obviously the school, once they hear about the multiple senior skip days, they're kind of mad. So they send out a threat to all the parents and are like, okay, well, if you skip this day, and this day, you won't be able to go to prom or graduate. So, it's why? I'm just very frustrated with all the kids in my grade trying to beat the system when it ends up hurting everyone else. Because, they say, if you have 3 unexcused absences, throughout the whole semester, you won't be able to go to prom. But, obviously, I'm a good kid. I don't have all my absences are excused, so I'm good. But, and I even checked today, I just, logged on to my, attendance record or whatever on the school website, and they still marked today as, excused. So, I don't know, what's the deal? Why would they send out all these threats if they're just gonna mark, the absences as excused anyway? That kind of defeats the purpose of what they're trying to do. Yeah, but usually, I would not skip school, and this is probably the only day I will skip because, well, I don't like calling it skipping because no one's gonna be there anyway, right? So, yeah, I do not condone it, but usually I wouldn't do this because, typically I have a little bit harder classes, but right now, I got very lucky because my last semester is so easy. I'm, obviously I still have, homework and have to do, some work and stuff and study, but I don't have as much work to do because, I don't know, my school's a little weird. So we work kind of like a college does. So, we have 2 semesters, and in the first semester we have 4 classes, and then in the second semester we have a new set of 4 classes, right? So we only have 4 classes a day, and it switches halfway through the year. So, basically my first semester, what did I have? I had AP Psych, I had Russian Studies, and then that switched to Stage Crew, which was very fun. And I did enjoy Russian Studies a lot, which I did not expect to, but it was very fun, and I loved the teachers, though. Then I had AP Art History, which was very hard. And then I had English, so in English honors, so that was kind of like a step between AP and the regular course, so it was pretty difficult, but I usually kind of like the challenge, so, So those classes were very hard because at one point in the semester I had 4 academic classes at once, which were all my classes, so I did not have a break. And then I went down to 3, but that was still a lot because AP classes are no joke. But they are kind of worth it because even though art history was so much work and I kind of hated it, I did love the class because I liked all the kids in there, and the teacher was okay, and I did like I don't know, I enjoy art, so I did like the topic. But now this semester, compared to last semester, I only have math, history, gym, and art. So I only have 2 academics, which aren't nearly as difficult as my last 2, because, math, I'm not the best at math. I'm pretty bad at math, actually. So it's not, super easy, but as long as I pay attention, I can usually get by with, a be, but like, you know, I still kind of struggle, but luckily for me, I have a couple friends in the class that are better at math than me, so they're kind of able to help me out, right? And so if I ever get like lost in class, they're, you know, around to kind of keep me on track. Yeah, but then my history class, it's very interesting because it's a government class, and I'm not gonna get political or anything, but obviously now there's like a lot of like current event issues going on that are pretty important. So I think it's nice to know about that kind of stuff before I go away to college and stuff. And it's, you know, it's fun to like learn about current things instead of like, you know, like I did not like, who wants to learn about like cavemen when you could, I feel like that's not important as to learn about government. You know, like how am I gonna go register to vote if I don't even know how the basics of the government works, you know? Like, it's a practical class, and I like that because there's so many classes that like I take that like would never matter, so it's actually very, very like helpful to me. And then art is, you know, I like art, so it's very fun, and I feel like every art class I have, I always enjoy it a lot because there's a lot of like people I like in there. Like, I don't know why, but like I usually kind of vibe pretty well with like other kids who like art, because like in my art class I only know like maybe 3 or 4 people, and like one of them is my good friend, but there's no one in my art class that I don't like. I love all of them. Like, the class is just so fun. So yeah, and then I have gym, which I do not like gym. I hate gym, but it's not hard because, you know, it's gym, so it's pretty much an easy A. But I don't like running, and I mean I like exercising, but like not in a class full of sweaty teenagers, like. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I should just shut up about my classes now, because I mean obviously you're here to for me to talk about the speed build. So right now I'm doing the like the landscaping, the exterior, the backyard, whatever. But I didn't know what to put in the backyard, so I kept it pretty minimal. And I did end up putting a pool back there because there's a lot of space, like I didn't really know what else to put. But you know, this house ended up being pretty expensive on the gallery. I don't know how I managed to do that, but you know, if they're an expensive family, then maybe they should have a pool, because whenever I think of pools, I always think of like people who are like have a lot of money and like I can have a pool in their backyard, like you know what I mean, like most average family don't have a pool. So yeah, I don't know, I kind of always end up doing the same thing with landscaping and like flowers and stuff. I usually have like a lot of green stuff, and then I have some purple and pink flowers because purple's my favorite color. So yeah, I feel like I liked how it turned out because the house is like kind of a light green color, and I liked how that looked with the green plants. So yeah, and the world I actually built in was Newcrest, even though I used a lot of the Strangerville things. I was gonna build in Strangerville, but I decided against it because I don't know, like I know this sounds stupid, but I have this whole world where I build all my houses in, and I just want to fill up Newcrest. It's just like a little mini goal I have, because like I just want to, when you look at Newcrest, it's like so boring and empty, right? And I just want it to be like filled with all like my houses and feel like really accomplished and stuff. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird goal I have, but you know, I don't know, it pushes me to build stuff, so it's fun. But I accidentally ended up deleting one of the houses, so I was kind of upset about that. But you know, you win some, you lose some, and sometimes you lose houses. I should have saved it to my library first though, so that's kind of my fault. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm gonna try and post a couple times a week if I can, but I'm not gonna hold myself to any schedule. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!